Hi everyone, it is the end of April. I think I need to be more clear on like timestamps of these things because it's the end of April. On New Year's Eve, I did an airing of grievances, and then I'm like, on New Year's Day, I'm gonna be all positive and gratitude and blah, blah, blah. And I haven't done that. Actually, while I'm over here, I have a book about gratitude that I'm supposed to write in. I can't even find it. Oh my word. I don't feel good. Okay. Side effects that are still going on or that have creeped up again, and I want to know why. And I was told today by a doctor that rather than like understand why all these things are happening to me, the recommendation was that I should go see a psychiatrist. And I'm like, pardon me? I don't negate or downplay psychiatric care at all. Not at all. I will be open that I saw a therapist for years, mostly instigated because of a marriage that wasn't working for me. And my body, as you can probably tell through this whole journey, is extremely sensitive to medication. So I get really irritated when like women in particular, you know, verbalize that they're sad or they cry or whatever, and then are told, well, like, here's a pill that will fix all that. And then you wonder why the industry, the pharmaceutical industry, of the amount of people that are on antidepressants and whatever is so large. Does it work? Absolutely. I know many people that are on medication for psychiatric reasons and need to be. So I'm not downplaying that at all. What I'm annoyed at is that my list of things that were bothering me really have nothing to do with psychiatric stuff. So like right now, here's my symptoms. I was taken off the tamoxifen probably about 2 weeks ago. I got a period. Shouldn't be having periods because I'm on the lupron. The lupron is supposed to be suppressing my ovaries. It's not doing that. So I got a period. I had my period for a month. Joy. Like, wasn't super heavy, but like I had one and I'm not supposed to have one. And it turned out the reason why I had one was because, well, the lupron's probably not working. I'm still waiting to hear back as to, do we increase dosages for the lupron? Like, I don't mind the lupron so much. I've gotten used to the side effects of that at this point. The tamoxifen, as many people have heard, is just like, there's a long list of things that causes issue. One of which I'm dealing with right now is the hot flashes. And I've had a splitting headache for days, and I rarely ever get headaches. So they took me off the tamoxifen because it turned out that I had, just summarizing the last few vlogs, I had a polyp in my uterus and a fibroid inside of my uterus. I mean, I have lots of women have fibroids, but like when it's inside your uterus versus in the endometrium or on the outside, like it's not good. And they removed those, blah, blah. You can watch those vlogs to see what joy that was like. So they took me out the tamoxifen, and my oncologist just gave me the thumbs up to go back on it, which I'm okay with. But I want to understand, like, am I just going to have another polyp? If I do, are they going to remove my uterus? Because, like, tamoxifen increases your risk of having uterine cancer. And I've had other things going on with my uterus. And I've had 2 kids. I'm 50 years old. I don't really need it. I don't want to have surgery. I already had 2 of those in the past year. But, So anyway, since I stopped the tamoxifen, these weird side effects started coming back, or not side effects, these weird things started coming up again that I haven't seen happen in a while. The hot flashes were getting really under control. It took a long time. And like, I'm having one right now, and people joke about them. Like, you know, haha, you're having a hot flash, whatever. I used to joke about them, but they're not fun. They're not, it's not like you're hot. It's weird. It's not like you're hot. I could have the window open, and I have done this when it's like 30 degrees outside. Have the window open overnight to help me sleep because I get so hot. but it's not like you have a fever. It's not that kind of hot. Like my head right now is like perfectly, the temperature is just fine. My cheeks feel like they're on fire. This part feels like I'm on fire. I feel like it looks like I'm even sunburned, that it's just so red. And it's not like I could put my head in the freezer door. It won't make a difference. What I need, which I can't find right now, are like fans. Like I need like air in my face. Like wind blowing in my face to calm down. It's almost like it's your skin more so. It's just really hard to explain, but like people joke, but it's not fun because with the tamoxifen, man, it's like since I've been off, I go to bed and I'm sleeping better, but like I am hot the entire freaking night. I'm not, my night sweat started up again, which like that went away quite some time ago. Foot cramps, like I know I'm on the verge of one. So if I shut this off, or maybe I'll just let you watch what it's like, because it fucking hurts. My right foot, like it's weird. All of a sudden I'll just have like this foot cramp and my toes get all like spasmy weird. And then I just like end up massaging it, even though it hurts so much. And then eventually it will just go away. But that happened when I first started the meds and then went away, and now it's come back again. There's a list of things. Oh, the sensory stuff. Oh my God. Remember like my crazy sensory shit? I haven't used my Play-Doh in a really long time. And I think it was 2 days ago, I woke up and I noticed I was like rocking. And I'm like, damn it. Like, why is this happening again now? Like, I don't understand. And it's tough because I don't know, like, I don't get the science behind it. I don't need to know the like super ins and outs, but I just want answers. I don't want to have to go to psychiatrist, I can't talk. I don't want to have to go to a psychiatrist and have them try meds to mask, like, you know, my being upset about all these other things that are going on with side effects. I feel like that's kind of how this whole thing started in the first place. I had a kidney stone. I saw an endocrinologist and did, oh my God, if you've never done a 24-hour urine sample, holy shit. It sounds like not a big deal, but it really is a big deal. You have to pee in a freaking thing and pour it in a jug. And when you have a kidney stone, you have to do that like repeatedly to make sure you're okay. And the kidney stone that I had, like most of them are calcium oxalates, are made of calcium oxalates. Mine was not. And yes, I caught it and I named it. I don't own it because they took it to see what it was made out of. And it turned out that I had they think I had the kidney stone mostly because my parathyroid hormone levels were through the roof. And sometimes that means that you have, what do you call it? Like a tumor or something on your parathyroid glands. You have 4 of them. It's not your thyroid. Your parathyroid glands are like behind your thyroid. They're like, one has nothing to do with the other. People say, oh, check your thyroid. That has nothing to do with it. It's totally a separate part. But so I've been on medication for the kidney stone and I haven't had one since. And I've reintroduced like the bad foods like almonds and spinach and tea. I had tea for the first time in like, oh my gosh, well over a year. And nothing's happened. Anyway, all these weird things happened, like health-wise, things started happening. The stomach distension. A lot of people ask me if I ever go back and look at watch my vlogs. And the irony of me saying like I talk too much on the vlogs is like I talk so much I don't have time to sit there and go through all my vlogs. I'm happy when YouTube like breaks it up and they say, okay, she talked about this at this point or this at this point. And I'm thankful that I put in like bullets of what I talk about. But at this point, like, I don't know how many videos are on my channel, but I can't go through all of them. But I'm glad they're there. I mean, I originally started these vlogs, you know, to help me and keep track of my journey. And then once like my kids said like, you know, you're a go with making this public, that's when I, you know, actually put the videos out there for everyone to see. But like the stomach distension, I talked about that a while ago and I cannot remember the timing of like when it happened and how it stopped, because I have it again. And like, it would make sense after all the hubbub from the surgery with the polyp and all that stuff from before, and the hysteroscopy and all that crap. It would make sense if I was like bloated or swollen from like my belly button down, since that's where my uterus is. But it's from my belly button to right underneath my boobs. It's like, it's not all the time. It comes and goes, and it's not based on food. Because I remember I see a nutritionist. Here's my more of my medical stuff. But I've been seeing a nutritionist. I was every month for a while after the kidney stone thing happened, because I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to eat? And the stomach distension was not about food. They said, like, well, try not sipping out of straws. Like, I drink water with a kidney stone. I drink an obscene amount of water. And I would drink it out of a straw because it was easier for me to drink. Like, I would just drink more. It's hard to drink like 100 ounces of water a day. But I found that I would do it more easily if I drank out of a straw than like drinking out of a regular bottle. But then they said, well, the straw could cause like gas or something. And I'm like, it's not gas. Because like you'd eventually like fart or something and it would go away. Like, I know what gas pains feel like. It's not that. So I'm trying to like go back and vlogs and if any of you remember, please tell me, because I can't remember. I just remember it went away at some point. Like right now, like underneath my boobs up to where my belly button is, it's just so swollen. And I remember like saying, you know, it looks like I'm 6 months pregnant and I don't understand why. And then it'll just go away. And that could happen like in a 12-hour period where I won't have had anything to eat or to drink. So I know it's not based on food. And I, for the life of me, can't remember what it was that made it go away. The thing with the post-breast cancer is there's so much stuff going on. There's so many moving parts. Like, it's not just your boobs. You know, you start this medication and it affects like everything. Like, my skin is wicked dry again. I put on a tattoo. Again, I haven't put a tattoo on in a while. These are Inkbox ones. I do, normally I don't like say, you know, go out and buy this, whatever. This is not a call to action. But I do very much enjoy my Inkbox tattoos. They last about 3 weeks. This one actually, if you can see, I know it's like crooked just because of the way if I go like this, it wouldn't be crooked. But it's a chick on like this pedestal. Like, I should put myself on a pedestal. And look at her boobs. They're like little like eyeballs. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so but my skin is like wicked dry, and there's my nails started peeling again, and there's just like all these weird things that are going on, and I don't understand why. And I get it must be frustrating from the doctor's perspective too, but like, they've obviously been like, you know, around the whole cancer scene for way longer than I have. And I'm just looking for answers. And I'm just frustrated because I wish that I had like one person that'd be like, okay, I want to ask everything to that one person, but I don't have that one person, or I'm trying to figure out who that is. I don't know. It's just frustrating. And you'd think like this far out that like things calm down for a while. And then like the period started and the uterine thing started, and then like, you know, like, well, now what? It's a weird phase. Like, oh, in the back of my heel, that's something interesting too. And that also happened before, and I can't remember the timing of when it happened. I know that when I had the Zometa infusion, that was back in, like December. I don't know if I was doing days or months at that point, but my surgery was August. So August, September, October, November, December. So like 4 months out or something is when I had the Zometa. And I had side effects from the Zometa for a long time. Like, that was an intense thing. And I'm getting it again in July. And I pray to God it's not as bad as it was the first time. But part of the thing that I remember distinctly with the Zometa, I even have one of my vlogs about it. I was actually sitting, I think, in this similar spot, and my hands, the point of the Zometa is to counteract the tamoxifen causing like osteoporosis and osteoarthritis. And then there was an Austrian study, I think, that found that Zometa infusions counteract that. So I'm like, great, I don't want osteoporosis. So, okay, let's go do the Zometa. And one of the side effects that I had for the Zometa was like, it felt like all my bones were like twice as big as they were supposed to be. And it went like from head to toe. And I remember my hands, like I think my thumbnail was like something like this, because my hands, I couldn't clasp them. I was back at work at that point, but I remember I had a really hard time writing because I couldn't clasp a pen because my bones just felt so stiff. So what's happening now, and it happened once before too, and I don't remember the timing of it, the back of my heel on my right foot hurts like holy shit. And the first time I brought it up, doctors were like, oh, you probably just hit it on something. And I'm like, no, like I think I would have remembered if I hit it on something. And it's not like it's bruised, and it's not swollen either. It's like I press on it and the bone of my heel just hurts. So like it sucks because I want to like get my frustrations out and go walking or, play Wii tennis or something. But anything that involves having a shoe on is uncomfortable. And the biggest gift was Saturday and Sunday, my foot hurt. Today's Tuesday. Saturday and Sunday, my foot hurt so bad that like I was supposed to go grocery shopping. I'm like, I just can't. I can't walk around. I couldn't get a shoe on. It just hurt too bad. I actually threw out a pair of sneakers because the back just wasn't cushioned enough. And then yesterday I had a meeting, so I had to leave. And I'm like, well, what the hell shoes do I wear? Because it's too cold for sandals. And my heel really, really, really hurts. So I found an old pair of, not old, I mean, I only used to use them like for when I did Zumba inside of a gym. So like the soles are white and whatever. They're not like street shoes, but I found them and the back on the heel is made of material. It's not like hard. So I was like, thank you, God, I have a pair of shoes to wear. But like how insane that like, you would never think that I have breast cancer and that leads to, fast forward, blah, 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 I don't have shoes that will fit or be comfortable on my foot to wear because my heel hurts so bad. What does one have to do with the other? I don't get it. I don't get it. And I've looked for support from support groups. Most of them are like super glass half empty, negative, 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 which is ironic because the wonderful people that I know, especially one person in particular who is a breast cancer survivor, who listens to me when I bitch and moan and cry and ask questions and whatever, but she knew me like before all this stuff happened, and she knows like, how I normally am. And like the complaining and all that stuff, like that's not who I normally am. And one of the best things she said to me was like, cutting myself some slack and looking back at my old vlogs to see like how much I've been through, to give myself some credit for that. And it's interesting with breast cancer because it's so common. I think it's like 1 in 5 women. It used to be 1 in 6, and I'm pretty sure now it's 1 in 5 women get breast cancer. So like when you hear someone has breast cancer, you just figured, oh yeah, well it's 1 in 5, so, in a room full of women, one of us is going to get it, But it doesn't make it any less because it's so common. And everyone's story is so different. Yet there are some things, many things like tamoxifen, that are, pretty common across the board. I just turned 50, so I was premenopausal, and that's why they put me on tamoxifen. If you've already gone through menopause, they would put you on an aromatase inhibitor, most likely, but I'm nowhere near. My body wants to stay young. Maybe that's why I got my period. It's not ready to shut down, close up shop. But I want to understand now, like, the whys behind things. And I know that will take time, and I want all the answers to come instead of asking, like, do you ask your gynecologist? Do you ask your PCP? Do you ask your plastic surgeon? Do you ask the oncology therapist? You know, do you ask your oncologist? Do you ask the nurse? Like, who the hell do you ask? There's a nurse navigator. There's so many, like, cooks in the kitchen, and I'm like, I hate cooking. I don't know who to ask what. And yesterday I went on the gateway and I just went like, and I'm like, here's what's going on with me. And inside of that was like, I'm sad. I'm sad and I'm crying a lot. And I have reason to cry. And I'm so grateful for my friend who told me, like, you know, cut yourself a break. Because yeah, I'm crying. I don't necessarily want a pill to fix that. I'm not the kind of person who's going to, like, you know, go on an alcohol bender to fix that. I'm not a pot person. Like, I want to, you know, find healthy, like, productive ways of handling my stress. It's what makes my tennis game good sometimes. The more angry I am, the better my tennis game is. Because I hit the ball, like, hard. I'm like, ah. Yeah, just giving myself some more credit and standing up for myself when, like, you know, you're going through a list of all these things that are bothering you, that, like, you know, my heel and the hot flashes again, and the foot cramps, and, you know, why am I rocking again all of a sudden? And out of all of that, you know, I say that I'm crying a lot, and I'm like, I'm crying because I just went through all this shit. And I'm crying because I oh God, like, you know, they found 2 growths in my uterus, and I had to wait again to find out if they were malignant or benign. And thank God they were benign. But holy shit, the days that it takes until they're finding out, and you're sitting there just waiting for the phone to ring to, like, know what word they're going to use. And I'm like, you know, if they say it's malignant, I'll deal with it. But they didn't. It was benign. But it's all a lot. It's a lot. And I was getting, like, so yeah, I got my hair done today, and I'm still working remotely sometimes, pandemic. Things are getting better though, which is good. But yeah, I got my hair done today, and then I put makeup on. I was going to put a really dark lipstick on. This isn't as dark, but, like, I'm angry. I'm back at my angry phase. I mean, stages of grief, you know, you think you go through so many, then you loop back to something, and right now I'm angry again because I'm frustrated. And, like, I was sad for a while again, and now I'm back into anger. You know, you flip-flop all over the place. But I just want some answers, and like, I'm ready to, like, you know, read books about this stuff. And I started, like, reading some ebooks about breast cancer stuff, and then I just stop. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to read about it. I don't want to talk about cancer anymore. But then, like, I do want answers. So I think, like, you know, finding the right people, or the right people and the right books that connect with you in order to get help is important, because it's very easy to go down a wormhole of, like, a lot of people complaining about a lot of stuff. And I did actually go on one of the, I talk about Jen Rosenbaum a lot, but she does have a group on Facebook. And I went on there and I said, you know, before I knew what was going on with my uterus, you know, I asked people what their experience was with tamoxifen and their uterus. And, like, blah, 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 all these people had these things to say and were curious as to, like, what ended up happening with me. So I think it's important to share all of that, so that way if it's happening to you, you don't feel so alone. The weight gain too. So I've noticed another weird thing, like, I'm never hungry. I can't remember the last time I was hungry. Truly, like, I'll wake up in the morning, like on a weekend or something, and I'll go and it'll be like noon, and I haven't had like any food, and I'm just not hungry. You would think that I would have lost like the weight that I had gained, but no. I have lost some weight. By some, I mean it's decimals down from like the big number that I first saw, and I was like, holy cannoli, I haven't weighed that much since I was pregnant. But something weird I noticed, like I always tend to gain weight in my face, and my hair is part in the middle because like she did my hair. Didn't she do a nice job? She did a good job with my hair today. It was, what's funny too is like when I first started this vlog, when I first got breast cancer, my hair was short. It was the summertime and my hair was pretty short. When it's curly, it's shorter anyway. But it, like when it was straight, I remember getting it cut short because I didn't want to have to deal with it with surgery. So I had it cut short. And it's funny now that like, I don't know if you can tell, but down like the back, well, now I can actually reach, but like I can reach my hair down, it goes all the way down to here. If I had a regular bra on, it'd be past where my bra line is. And it's just so interesting because I really haven't had it cut much since the whole thing happened. So it's interesting, like hair-wise, just to see, this sounds weird for people that have to go through chemo. I just mean like, you know, what I started off as, and like, it's just a sign of like how much time has gone by based on like how much my hair has grown since these vlogs even started. I mean, you can see my flippity-doos. They're like super much longer. Like even in the front, you know, if I pull it straight, it goes down to here. Another thing too that's like annoying, which I've talked about before, but I'll go down here. My room is a mess, sorry. I'm wearing all black because again, my dark phase. But if you can see closely here, this is the sideways thing I was talking about. Like you see this right here? This is the True & Co bra that I wear. And then this is my shirt. So like by the end of the workday, it's like, here's what I look like. My most of the time my necklace is like over here. It always just goes to my left side. I don't know. So my necklace is over here, and then like the cleavage is here. It's lined up. It's actually not. So my cleavage is here. My V-neck bra ends here, and my V-neck shirt ends here. You can't see it all where I just pointed. So my cleavage is here. My V-neck bra ends here, and my V-neck shirt ends right here. And like today, I'm just like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. There aren't a lot of people that I work with, and especially with the pandemic, there's not a lot of people in there anyway, like that are non-employees. So like, I just didn't care. And I just like, I put this on and I'm like, whatever, it's black. I just don't care. I don't care anymore. I just don't care. Yeah. It's just a weird place to be, and like I'm hurting and I'm hot, and like, ugh, these hot flashes are like so freaking annoying. Oh, the weight thing I was saying, I tend to gain weight in my face when I gain weight. So like my cheekbones look fine, but it's this thing, like, you know, here, which I've had this like if I gain weight, it's all right here. But I've noticed that like it's sticking further down than it even had before. Almost like it's muscular. Maybe I'm like clenching my teeth at night. I don't know. But I feel like from the side, I feel like it goes from like look at that. See that little scoopy thing? Yeah, I don't like that. and I don't get, like, if I'm never hungry and like I'm eating, but I'm not eating a lot, like shouldn't I be losing weight? And I'm just not. I know that tamoxifen like causes weight gain, but I don't really get why that is, because I don't have edema, like I'm not swollen. I don't get how all of a sudden like poof, you can just like gain 15 pounds, and like why? I have no idea. Is it because you turned 50? I don't know. You know, is it because of medication? I don't know. Is it because of, you know, the medication pushing me into menopause, and menopause does all these things? I don't know. I don't know. A funny thing, I belong to this group of women. We get together once a month and talk about stuff, and the topic for this month was like awakenings. And one of the things that we talked about, is like we're a variety of ages, the women that are in, well, it's not actually just women, it's women and men that are in the group, said something like, you know, wouldn't it be great if there was a book that was like, okay, you're turning 60, here's what you can expect. And, you know, you turn 50, here's what you could expect. And then somebody else said, like, you know, the series, what to expect when you're expecting. And then you get like what to expect the first year, and what to expect the toddler years, and what to expect the preschool years. So like, there is no what to expect menopause, what to expect when you're 50. Maybe there is, and I'm just not aware of it, but that'd be a great book to have. Although I guess like it might scare you too, and thinking that like there's a whole bunch of things wrong with you. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm uncomfortable and I'm annoyed, and I'm glad that I got my, I should start doing gratitude. I have a journal. I don't know where it is. It's so funny. I have this small gratitude journal that I used to keep in my room, and I have like because it's always amusing when I look back at it. Like, oh, I have it written in this thing, and like, oh, here it is. See, I never lose things. I always misplace them, but I don't lose, not always. I misplace them. I rarely lose stuff. I look back in here and I'm like, oh, when's the last time I wrote in here? And then I realize it's been so long. That can't be right. This says I haven't written in it since June 24th of 2021. Really? That's crazy. That's a long time. I did get another journal, so I'm like, man, wow, that was before everything even happened. But then, like, I did get another journal, and this one, like, look, there's actually, like, you know, words written in here. And yeah, this one I started in, oh, so maybe I just switched. This one I started in December of 2021. But so interesting, like this is after cancer and this is before cancer. Huh. That's really interesting. So yeah, I really should get back on the bandwagon with with gratitude, because it does make a difference. The last time I wrote in it was oh, not too bad, March 21st. But a lot's happened in a month. That's right before my period started. And I don't talk about, oh, that's so funny, because it says what's going well and what's not. It says what's going well, less hot flashes. What could be better? I'm sick of doctors and PT. So I guess looking back on stuff is kind of entertaining. Because like I'm funny. Like, I know I whine and, not whine, I share on here a lot about stuff, but, you know, I look at, okay, this is funny. Here's how funny I am. Okay, this was back, it was a day after Valentine's Day. What's going well? I'm alive and pretty. Maybe I had good hair that day. Well, you've seen me on like extremes, you know, like I can look like this, and then I can look like probably whatever I looked like last time, where my hair's like up in a bun and I just like rolled out of bed. What could be better? I'm just sad and overwhelmed. And it's interesting. It said, reflect on your day. Lupron is my culprit for sadness. But I feel like, that was back in February. I feel like once I actually have my next injection, it gets better. The week before the Lupron is always really tough. That's when I get really, really sad. But I'm aware of it now, and I can at least stop myself and be like, well, I know it won't be like this in a week. If they up the Lupron, who knows what the heck is going to be in store. So I'm going to stop there, because like, I'm sweating my fucking ass off. I'm sorry, not sorry for the profanity. And you've seen my flippity-doo hair. She did a really nice job with my hair. I'm very happy with my hair. And I was going to color it black. I tend to, years ago, I tend to like color my hair dark. I mean, these are actually my roots. My hair is really that dark. But I had it colored light, as you saw. And the light's just kind of moving its way down. So, and I kind of like that it still has some light there. So I don't want to color it that dark. If I want to be angry, I'll just be like darkness. And then it's like, wait, I have some sunshine here, so it's okay. All right, so I will do gratitude, since obviously I haven't done it since February. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful for my good hair today. I am grateful for the courage of like leaving the house and not caring that my shirt's off-centered. I know wearing black you can't tell, but I can tell. Like one's here, and I just don't care. I just don't care. What else am I grateful for? There's so many things I'm not. I'm trying to be positive. What am I grateful for? Oh, I am grateful that I booked a trip to see my son who is in Germany. He's studying abroad right now, and travel gets hard. I mean, my arms are doing better. My arm is doing better. But I'm excited to go see him. My whole family is from Germany, but not in the area that he's at. So I'll be there with my younger son. So it'll be nice to have the three of us together, you know, with the pandemic lightened up. It'll just be good to have the two of them around me. I always feel like stronger and more powerful when I'm around them. Like I created them. They came out of that uterus. So it did do good, but I just don't need it anymore. So yeah, I'm grateful that we're going, and it's going to be really short, like a week, which is not a long time to be. A week is not a long time to be like overseas, because by the time you like get okay with jet lag, like it's time to just go home, and then you're exhausted. But whatever, thinking positively, maybe I'll just be in jet lag for the full week. I'll just be tired when I get back here. I don't know. But I'm grateful that I can, I'm grateful that the airfares are still low enough because people really aren't traveling still. That I can like afford to go and see him. And you know, life is short, and I think it's important, you know, I have friends that say, you know, live within your means, and then I have another friend who told me, you're not living unless you're living beyond your means. So I'm someplace in the middle. You know, the medical bills took a hit last year, hard. And I was like, holy crap. Like to the point, I know people that have had to bend or take out like second mortgages on their house to pay for medical bills. I had to dip into my retirement, which sucked. But I'm grateful that the airfares are low and that the hotel rates are low, and that where he is, even the groceries and meals are way less expensive than they are here in America. So for a vacation, it's not going to be a very expensive one, which is nice. And I get to spend time with them and like just remember what it's like to be me and brush up on my German. Yeah. So yeah, I'm being kind with myself. I'm not overdoing. I kind of feel lazy a lot because like I'm giving my foot a break, but I need to. I need to like really be grateful for myself and all that I've been through, and be kind. And not judge myself if I have to be on the couch for like 2 days because my foot just won't allow me to do what I normally do. So I'll leave you with that, and being kind to yourself. And if you're playing video games for like 2 hours, you know, that's okay. Just don't do it every day. Make sure you're like eating and getting outside once in a while. Yeah, and hopefully I'll have some answers soon. I do have an appointment. I don't think I talked about this last time. I did get an appointment with my breast surgeon, who I have not seen since the day after my surgery. So I'm very, very excited to see her. That'll be in a couple weeks. So I'm sure I'll fill you guys and gals and everyone in on what I talk about with her. because I want to understand, like, why I feel what I feel outside of, like, the breast implants, because there's so much more to the surgery of having your breast removed than just having implants. There's all the stuff that came out and how that makes your body feel. All right, I'm gonna go cool off and go to bed. And it's too bad. Well, at least I got my hair on video because she did such a nice job with my hair. Definitely grateful for my hair. Okay, be kind to yourself. And yeah, make a list of 3 things that you're grateful for. I'll see you soon. Bye.